Hi there. Today, I would like to give a detailed explanation of how to use a mantra to attain samadhi. And I think the best way to start out is start with definitions. A mantra is a tool for thinking. There's two parts to the word mantra, manas, or shortened to man, and tra. This is in Sanskrit. So a mantra is a tool, a mind, and tra is a suffix that says whatever is in front of it is a tool. So a mantra is a tool for thinking, or for the mind to use, or to use on the mind. Samadhi, the technical definition of samadhi, and I'm going to use my hand as a visual, this is the observer. There is the act of observation, and this is the thing that's being observed. Using the act of observation means you use the mind. Okay. The definition of samadhi says, when the observer, the act of observation, and the thing observed become one. What happens when those things become one? It means the act of observation has shrunk to nothing. There's no distance between the pen and the hand, which in this case is the observer. So, and what happens in samadhi is that the observer, in the act of observing the mind, when they come closer and closer together, the act of observation which uses the mind becomes zero. Okay? And if we have the act of observation, without the activity of the mind going out and observing, then the act of observation remains with the observer. So the observer has become unified and the mind has been excluded. That's what samadhi is the exclusion of the mind. So there's no thoughts in samadhi. Let's get back to the definition of the mind, of the mantra. So if the mind is excluded from the state of samadhi, then it means that the mind cannot be in the state of samadhi. And the mind is not permanent. It changes, and eventually it disappears. So why would you want to use a tool on the mind when you cannot, the mind cannot enter the state of samadhi? Well, the answer is simple. To clean your clothes, Swami Satchidananda always gave the example, when you wash a cloth that's soiled, you add more dirt. That dirt is called soap. And so when you use the mantra to clean the mind, okay, that's one image, I'll give you another in a second, and you wash it, the soap grabs all the other dirt and takes it away. It's easier to get it out of the cloth. So that's the mind. It's purified. And it says in the Bible, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. So the purpose of the mantra is to remove thoughts that prevent you from seeing your own true self. The purpose of the mantra is to make a large wave of thought. So that, and when you do meditation for a long time, you get into that meditative state and you feel that flow. That means you're purifying the mind, making it ready to see the state of samadhi. Okay? The mind can see where samadhi is, it just can't enter it. So, you use the mantra and you make this flow of energy happen, and the thoughts that are every day, like a wave coming at the shore, the big wave, all the little waves are on the ocean's surface. When the big wave comes, they all get swallowed up in the big wave. So, the mind is purified. You see the opportunity to get into that state. So, at that moment, when you see the mantra, having got you to the place where you can see the state of samadhi, you leave the mantra behind because it's part of the mind. And you enter into the space where samadhi is. While you're in there, the mind is quiet, doesn't do anything. When you come out from that state, one of the things that the observer tells the mind is, and the mind becomes filled with the energy of the state itself. Sometimes it happens, you feel the energy before you go into the state. You go into the state, you feel the energy, and then you feel coming out of the state of energy. A number of different things happen. So just to summarize, the state of samadhi excludes the mind. The mantra creates a flow of energy that swallows all the other thoughts, and then something magical happens, and the meditation in the mind causes the mind to see the state of samadhi. At that point, you as the observer enter into that state. And now you have complete isolation from the mind. Okay. So I don't know how many of you ever heard that you have to get the flow of the energy and have to make it large so it swallows up all of your thoughts, and then once you see the state of samadhi, to leave the mantra behind. Okay, in practice, what happens? You're doing the mantra, the flow increases and stuff like this, and then when you're finished, you're just in that state of quiet. That is the step towards samadhi. What you do at that point is you repeat the mantra. So you've done a round of a mala, say, for instance, 108. And you're sitting there and your mind is quiet, and then your mind starts to get busy and stuff like that. At that moment, most people get up and walk away. What you should do is just, at that moment, that you notice your mind is busy again, is say the mantra 8 or 9 times again. And have that feeling come over you again. You do it so you feel that you have the feeling of that peace and that quiet come over you. And then you stay in that a little bit longer. And then do it 2 or 3, 9 times again. So you want to extend the stay in that peace and quiet. Eventually, if you do this, so you do it 3 or 4 times, go back, and the next day you come and you do your meditation again. Okay, and again, you do the quiet, you do the see the mind become active, and you do the mantra 8 or 9 times, and you do that again. Actually, what this is like a much larger mantra. Only this time, you're involving the mind. If you do this consistently, you will start to see this state transfer into your daily working life. So this is just a hint of what awaits you. Thank you.